Hey, Jono here. Thanks for joining me for Deadly Premonition. Could be the final episode. This is the epilogue.
Are you leaving today?
Maybe.
Zach, that story I told you the other day, did you believe any of it?
None of it. Thought you were
The fact
high.
of the matter is that I couldn't save Emily. So it really doesn't matter whether I believed you or not.
I'm very sorry about her. There's something mysterious about that picture. There's a calming beauty to it, and yet it exudes sadness.
Harry, I have a few questions for you.
About what, Zach?
Your last name isn't really Stewart, is it?
That is correct. It's really Woodman. Harry Woodman. George was my son.
Oh!
You were there in the White Room when I was there. Why?
The same reason
That was a
as your
twist.
father. Long ago, I too was unable to shoot my wife. What's worse is that I was also unable to kill myself. Which is why I lost both. The woman I loved and my son. My wife suffered from a mental illness, but I still loved her. I wanted to save George too, if I could. Everything was my fault.
I know he's not typing.
Only I had the courage to make the
Does he
right
need to type to
decision.
speak or what?
Emily and the other girls would not have died. But you have put an end to all of that.
I wonder if they are happy.
Zach, no need to worry about that. York will guide Emily and the other girls into the forest.
Alright, is that what we're gonna do? Very spacious limo. No, he's fine.
Hey, Michael. Mind stopping the car for a moment?
Very well, Mr. Francis Zach Morgan.
Just stop the car. Reminds me of that ending of Batman Returns. And it's like, I think I saw Catwoman.
I heard you're leaving.
Okay. Yeah. His hat's going crazy. Gonna take off.
Uh-huh. That's right.
It's a shame about Emily, and the other girls too.
Why is the sun poking through the actual tree like that?
How are Isaac and Isaiah?
Oh, they're fine. They still don't think the girls are dead.
Give it to him yourself. He's right next to you.
Oh, okay. I understand. We'll do it for you.
Fucking hat.
Emily kind of told us to give this to you.
Emily said it's a present for Zach.
Thank you. Where did you get this?
Emily
Emily.
asked us to give it to you. See? She's over there.
There's another Zach there too. You're twins, just like us.
Emily couldn't give it to you herself. She said she's too embarrassed. So, she asked us to hand it to you.
Emily really likes you, Zach. She really likes you.
Well, fat lot of good that's gonna do me. She's dead.
No, she didn't.
York's got his
She
hands
really
full.
likes that guy York.
All those ladies.
He's standing next to her.
And Thomas. Ugh.
Anyways, you two. Be nice to the girls, okay? And they'll be nice to you.
We don't like girls.
Girls are boring.
Gotta love him. Just full of energy.
Emily. York. Sounds like you're both doing fine. I feel better about you two now. And hey, York. I figured out why George carried Anna's body all the way into the woods. It was for them. He wanted Isaac and Isaiah to find her.
Alright. Don't really know why.
Mr. Francis Zach Morgan, if you are finished, if you are, please, let us return to the car.
No need for that. You can go home. I want to take a look around more.
Very well then.
Okay.
I'm sure Mr. Stewart will approve of that.
I don't know how you... Too bad what he approves of. He's just going to wander around the woods.
Thank you, Michael.
Don't know how he's going to get home. Yeah. What's that noise? Not a giant dog, is it? Okay. I guess I'll save. May as well. Got to get more money as time goes on. So what's this car? Vid games. Spy fiction. And spy fiction. Whoop. Alright. I guess this is a chance to do anything needing to be done. But we're not going to be doing that in this run. The Platinum run will be coming up next. Might just jump to the destination.
York. Can you hear me?
Might as well hear this out actually.
I'm a little jealous. I'm all alone on this side now. But don't worry, York. I've had it easy for so long having you with me. I need to get used to being on my own.
I think we're heading back to the hotel. Not too sure why. I thought we were leaving town, but okay. I don't have flies.
York, tonight I'm going to sleep like a baby.
Okay, you do that.
Zach, it's over. All finished. It's time for you to leave town. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Then this is goodbye, Zach. Thank you for everything. Good night, Zach. And sleep tight. Polly, what's that picture?
Oh, that. We took it when the clock tower was built.
50 years ago?
That's right. That's me in the middle. I was
How
pretty
old is
popular
Forrest meant to
back
be?
then. Men were always around me.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
What?
Just sign here,
Yeah.
please. Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
Oh, I'm sorry, Polly. I was just thinking of a friend. Someone who was with me for a long, long time.
He must have been a really good friend then. Otherwise, why else would you remember him at a time like this?
Indeed. We used to fight, but he really was a good person. He's gone now, though. Gone away to a place where we can't meet again.
I'm sorry to hear that, but if he's a friend of yours, I'm sure he's getting on just fine.
Thank you, Polly. You know what? I think so, too.
So, does Greenvale have any law enforcement now? I guess they do because you saw heaps of people in the department. But George was in charge. He's gone. Emily's gone. Thomas is gone. Who's left? Because he's walking all the way. All the way back to wherever he's from. One of my flies. Oh, yes.
Did Emily die?
No. She became the goddess of the forest.
Jesus.
Even now, she is still in the forest with York. She watches over the world from there.
Emily became a goddess.
That's right. Isn't that a lovely ending?
Hey, Grandpa, can I ask you something? What kind of person is York?
York is a real nice guy. He's been a good friend of mine since I was small.
Like Mr. Teddy?
Yes, just like Mr.
What's wrong with his
Teddy.
eyes?
A very
The light reflecting on him
important
makes it look
friend.
creepy. Oh, there we go. Deadly Premonition. The director's cut. Not a bad little game.
Emily!
Oh, there's
It's
still
almost time for dinner.
stuff going on.
Take your grandfather's dinner up to him, will you?
Yes, Mom.
Are they just gonna pepper in random shit like that while I'm trying to talk? Probably.
How's your grandfather doing?
Exactly.
I don't know. He's calling me Emily again.
Oh dear, he must be
okay.
losing his memory. You are Louise, honey. Michelle Louise Morgan. Not
I
Emily.
fucking know that.
You know that, right?
I know my own name,
Yeah.
Mom.
I know you do, baby. You're just so lovely, Louise. I'm sure that's why your grandfather mixes you up with a goddess.
Fine. Okay.
Mom, where is the goddess?
I'll wait for this.
I don't know, dear. I'm not much like your grandfather.
Is there even such a thing as a goddess?
I believe so, but I've never met one.
Mom, you're so pretty. You look like a goddess.
Oh, thank you, honey. If I am a goddess, then you are an angel.
Now you two done? Maybe, hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, the game comes up as being from 2009. I don't know if that's when it was originally made or if that's when it was ported to PS3, because I'm sure it's just originally it was a PC game, a computer game. But yeah, not bad. I enjoyed the story. I really got like wrapped up in that. As I said, while playing, there are a lot of episodes where nothing really happened, like gameplay wise. It was more just plot development, and I found that more engrossing than the combat, which was, as you probably worked out, the worst part of the game. The controls are just the most like muddy, sloppy fucking controls for a PS3 game. Or PS3 era is like just insane. Like, I mean, this should be compared to something like Angel of Darkness, that Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. That had really clunky combat and movements. This one's just like a chore most of the time. You're shooting, you press the fire button, and every now and then it just doesn't fire for a while. The reloading while stationary I can forgive. A lot of games still do that. It's not a big deal. In fact, it can add a little intensity to the combat because you can't just run away while reloading. But yeah, the aiming is just very, very difficult. Like, sometimes you're aiming directly at someone and the bullets just seem to go right by. Tripping over my words here. Yeah, it's almost like a depth perception problem. It's just like a real mess. There was a very limited variety of enemies. There's basically standard enemy, and then you could say, okay, standard enemy with a weapon, or a gun, which is a weapon, and then there are war crawler ones, which I didn't like, and that's pretty much it. Those dogs, I wasn't going to stick around to fight a giant dog, and then the bosses, which, biggest letdown of the game. I was worried when the first boss fight started with Thomas, but that wasn't a problem at all. George's one was just a horrendous nightmare, and then Kaysen's one, or Forrest's one, just wasn't much better. More generous hitbox for Forrest,
Mom,
but
do you believe those stories that Grandma tells?
You believe them, Louise?
both of them really suffered from having a third and final stage where there's no fucking clue what you're actually trying to achieve.
Oh, don't twist things around, Louise. You just want to know everything,
let's hear this
don't
out.
you?
Yeah, it'd be one thing if he
Here,
said
take this to your
something
grandfather. Go on while it's still hot.
like,
Mom, I understand.
maybe not even the first time, but at least like you mess it up once, maybe they start giving you a clue.
Just like Grandma.
But if I hadn't looked it up, I would still be right now seeing trying to fight George, trying to kill him, trying to work out what in the fuck you mean to do.
I've got it.
That was just, yeah, the worst part of the entire game was the two of them. You take so long to get them down to that point, and yes, part of it's the weapons I'm using. Like, if I'd used a Magnum or a shotgun or assault rifle, probably would have been much quicker. So I really can't blame the game for how long it takes to defeat an enemy. But, yeah, it just dragged on too long. And yeah, having a final stage where there's just like literally, I mean, especially like with George throwing the axe and having to shoot it. This game has so many QTE events throughout, QTE events, QuickTime events. There's so many of them throughout the game. There's no reason why they couldn't have made that a QTE. Instead of just pressing circle to evade, they could have pressed, you know, R1 to shoot, and then you would have done it. It would have been fine. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times I tried killing him before I gave up and looked it up. And that's why with Kaysen I immediately went and did it. And it's like, oh, you're meant to be shooting something in his pocket that the game does not fucking tell you whatsoever is in his pocket, because he turns around, you don't see him put it in his pocket. No fucking clue. So yeah, real letdown there. Now, a big chunk of the game I can't even really comment on because I haven't done it. All the side missions I haven't done. So, I don't know if there's even an alternate ending and all that. Most of the characters, yeah, have little missions and that. But we'll be doing that in the Platinum run. I'm really looking forward to that. I did enjoy the game. I am looking forward to this. I just hope I don't have to refight George and Kaysen. Okay, another cutscene. That fucking song. Are they just like that forever now, staring at each other? You two gonna order or what? You're here. Why is you here waving at them? Oh, good. Thomas is here with, like, his normal clothes on. No offense, Thomas, but you look horrendous in a dress. Ugh. Yeah, I liked all the twists of the story. And there, I thought the story was, like, fine. Some of the dialogue's a little hokey, but it gives the game a bit of a charm. I like the strange sort of tone of it. As I said, it sort of reminds me of Twin Peaks. There's these just strange parts. Okay. But yeah, you look at the woman here, and like fucking 3 of them look nearly identical. That was a problem I had. Was just wrapping my head around who's who when they're mentioning just names. I sort of followed what was going on, but every now and then they'd refer to someone and it'd be like, which one's that? Is the idea that he's died? And now he's in the afterlife?
Zach, it's great to see
I
you
guess so.
again. How many years has it been? I've been close to you the whole time. You probably couldn't see me.
Kind of feel like this is an unnecessary
Felt my presence
cutscene.
nearby, right, Zach? I never thought you'd get married and have a family. Quite a surprise. I spent years honing my profiling skills, but I never saw that one coming. That's what makes humans so interesting. And that's why I just can't leave you guys alone.
What?
More than anything else. Seeing you look so happy is the best thing I could ever ask for. Anyway, Zach, did you see the newspaper today? As it turns out, over the last 3 months, there's been a string of bizarre incidents near New Orleans. Residents there are reporting a sudden strike of nausea, and then they completely lose control of their bodies. Some have already had 2 months of only being able to walk backwards. Does that make you feel anything?
What?
It makes me feel something. I know you feel it too, Zach.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, Zach. I thought that's what you'd say. Well then. It's time to wake up, Zach.
What the hell? Alright. Fuck's sake, like, bizarreness all around. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, enjoyed the plot. Characters got a little confusing. Haven't played, like, a vast majority of the game, like all the side missions. I think there's a ton of side missions. I have to look into that. But, I did enjoy the game. It was just really let down by, like, the most horrendous combat and controls related to that. Yeah, I can't stress enough how much of a chore it was fighting enemies. And, damn it, I was just gonna say something and slipped my mind. The sound, yes, the audio was like really choppy. It just kept cutting out all the time. It's just like a real fucking poor audio mix. The hell is this now? See, this is saying 2013. So maybe the game was made in 2009 and ported over 2013. Either way, yeah, the controls are fucking terrible. But yeah, certainly an interesting game, something I would remember. I'm looking, as I keep saying, to doing the side quests and that. I like side quests in games and that, but I think I'll have to do a lot of planning because of everything being so time specific. But yeah, the eating and sleeping didn't really come into play for this run. Maybe with doing side missions now I have to be a lot more vigilant, but yeah, it wasn't a difficult game. The hardest part was just the controls. But that's it. So coming soon will be Let's Platinum. And yeah, until the next game or until that run, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed Deadly Premonition. And until next time, take it easy.